closer. Or
Yeah, so I was uh, taking a 3 Saturday, we have one more Saturday to go, a class on finding your compass around values, purpose, and passion. And I decided to take the course because the card I pulled at New Moon was compass.
so, right
So I
on.
said, well,
Clear seeing.
Wow.
seems like I'll be taking that class. But it was really cool. It's all laid out. You can either go for finding your passion or finding your values, or you can do both. And so I was going to do just passion for energy. But then he said, well, if you do the values and the purpose one, and what you do is you fill out the PDF and then put it into Chat GPT. And then he has an AI questions or form to put in it as well. And then it reads the whole form and then sends back what my values are. And wow. And then at the end of it, because I've done Chat GPT, it asked me if I wanted to then see how this applies to my kin number of 13. How?
It asked you that.
Yeah. As a follow-up, I had different choices of things that I've asked it before. Do I want to pursue
Right.
like my book outline or this based on the values? And I said, oh, I'll do the 13 how. And wow, it just came up,
Oh, I'd
the
love
elder that seeks deep meaning in conversation versus how does that? Let's see. I think it says, yeah, oriented towards depth versus scale. Instead of going way out there, just go for depth in connection with in relationships. So I was going, wow, that is very cool. So I really enjoyed it. So I have lots to work with for the rest of this moon for sure. And
Sounds like it. Wow.
yeah,
Well, you are a pillar of golden light, so
right. I need to confirm that as well. But I did, yeah. So one of the exercises for the passion part. Oh yeah, Quinten, we were out at Westwood Lake.
Oh, wonderful. Like with a group,
Yeah, with
finding finding everyone's passion there.
not that group, but
Oh, okay.
some Tai Chi members. Uh, we said it was a perfect blue sky day out there, no wind. It was on Sunday, and so the idea they walked the whole thing,
Nice.
and I hadn't done that since 2019, and then I had my heart attack, and then I worked myself back from walking again to on Sunday. I completed the whole circuit, and
Wow.
yeah, it was that was a passion energy
Yeah. Sounds
project
very empowering.
that happened. Yeah, and then to look at the mind chatter going in. Oh, can I do it? Which direction are they going to go? Can I make it up that steep hill? So they had they had it right. They said, yeah, we always go the steep hill first to get it out of the way so it's not left at the end. I go, okay, you got it. But it was much easier than my mind made up. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that's like the definition of empowerment right there. When you are so fueled by nature, I find is has been my
Mm-hmm.
experience with hiking mountains that I totally doubted my ability
Yeah,
because of injuries I had in the past. I had some
right.
experiences where in the mountains all my pain just disappeared. And I'm like, wow, there is some healing magic out here. So I
Wow.
think
Yeah,
the environment and the power of our mind in harmony with
yeah,
nature.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing with the Walk for Peace monks, and one of the ideas is to admire something. I certainly admire them. And I was saying to myself, wow, 6.2 kilometers is like almost 4 miles, and they're walking 20 to 30 miles a day.
Right.
I think I can do it.
Uh,
And I had that in a mindset going, and it all just disappeared and it became effortless. So it was really nice.
wow. Now, where was that again?
It's Westwood Lake. It's right at the foot of Mount Benson, which is the main mountain behind Nanaimo.
Okay.
And when me and my mom were passing through on Thanksgiving, I was like, "Oh, mom, we got to visit my friend Steve. Uh, where do you want to go?" And she looked on a map and she just pointed out Westwood Lake. And and so Steve's like, "Yeah, that's a great spot. We should totally meet
Mhm.
there." And yeah, for my like very limited amount of time in Nanaimo, I'm not a seasoned resident or visitor there, but for that bit of time there, it was definitely a spot I'd like to go again.
Mhm.
A good choice.
Hmm.
Yeah, we walked out the other direction and then realized, we're certainly not going to accomplish this at this time of year and this time. We
Yeah.
time to turn back.
Yeah, plus we were
It was
stopping
fun.
at all the spots and
Right.
enjoying it, soaking it all in.
Yeah. That was more of a lollygag where these people in my group were like, oh yeah, last week we did it in an hour or 34. I said, well, I'm not interested in time
Right on.
in that way. They said, yeah, that's no problem. And we weren't much longer than what they normally do. And plus, we stopped I brought my puppet with me because I wanted to get pics. So we stopped by a creek and got some pics of the forest gnome puppet. And then I brought it out. That was another kind of risk of, so for example, the person that's teaching the course, been afraid of doing karaoke. So he's going to go do karaoke.
Mm.
And, I carved the puppets and I'm kind of fearful of this fear comes up about entertaining with them because I don't have. So I brought them out and there's the kids are all playing in the sand. And so I brought it out on the boardwalk there out in front of the lake. And the kids noticed it and would stop, but then they were busy throwing sand at each other, which was much more fun. And
Wow.
then it was actually the parents who noticed it, and you could see their inner child kind of going, "Oh, look!" And it's like they wanted to check out the flying puppet. So it was actually for the adults more than the kids on that venture. So it was cool. So I accomplished a couple of things for my class.
Right on. So Steve and I were talking a little bit before we opened up to the four of us and about where he was on Stand at Zero. And I'm just wondering if you guys would share your experience as well.
Brenda?
I was here at home thinking of you all and being a pillar as best as possible.
Mm,
And it yeah, it wasn't just at noon. It was like it just feels like it's such all-encompassing energy
Mhm.
that and I've just been really focused at staying in my center, and old stuff has reappeared like it, you know, like it can do. And just facing it all with courage and wisdom as best I'm able, and feeling grateful. Grateful and blessed, and a little bit of the old mind chatter pops in, but stand at zero. There was none of that.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
And I had an interesting experience with that stand at zero day, but especially all around the latest days is just like as we're moving into spring, my hectic lifestyle takes on a direction which encompasses a lot of directions. So a lot is happening, but a lot of really good things, like totally like accomplishing tasks I'd been needing to do for a while, baking new recipes and giving pie to all kinds of family and friends
Oh, wow.
and and so yeah, there's just so much, but my basically going into the experience was okay, I'm going to be receptive and pay attention to what the universe is teaching me and what my life experiences are bringing.
Mhm.
And so what I found was a very direct connection to last year's stand at zero. So I'm starting to see a theme come through. And basically, last year it was on the 31st
Mhm.
of March.
Mark, yeah.
And 2 days before that, there was an eclipse on the 29th. And that happened to be a grand birthday party of a very dear friend of mine
Mm.
who turned 60. And that is in the Chinese uh, calendar, a year of return to one's element and animal. So it was her wood snake return year. And as the birthday gift, I brought this like long driftwood snake that I carved some like a face and put crystals in the eyes and a
Oh,
serpentine third eye and
wow.
put some spikes like wooden things in the bottom to stick it in the dirt. And I didn't even realize it was her 60th, like her return. I just knew it was Year of the Wood Snake.
Wow.
So we had a birthday party for her, and this was last year, and I met some of her friends from the Okanagan who were huge key friends that I needed to meet for last summer when I went to the Okanagan 6 times, and each time of which I visited another friend that she introduced me to that Dwayne got to meet yesterday, Tyson. So I went out to visit him 6 times this last summer and into the winter. And so on the it was just before Stand at Zero on the 27th, but like a few days before that, we went just a couple friends back to hang out with Leah, my friend, on and just have a little potluck dinner and go in the pool
Nice.
and then the day after that, I had two pies left. So I went to another potluck gathering, and this one was at Kids in Nature in South Surrey. And and Brenda, if you have any grandchildren who you want to take to like an outdoor educational program, this one is like top notch.
So
Uh,
was it at one of the outdoor schools?
yeah, it
Was
was
it
at,
which? Because I think there are two of them.
yeah, she told me there's four of them, but
Okay,
this one was on 24th Ave
20. Okay, have to stop and think.
near 192nd Street.
Okay.
But yeah, they've got this whole outdoor area with all kinds of animals running around and gardens and
Mhm.
playgrounds. And there was about 20 of us
Mm-hmm.
at this gathering, and it was my first time ever baking pie. So
Wow. What kind of pie
it was
was it?
Good for
butternut
you.
squash pie.
Oh,
Oh,
right on.
yum.
Yeah, it was
Savory pie, savory.
Mm.
it was definitely one of Q's kind of recipes. One of my friends at the first evening when I went just to the pool and with my friend Leah there, one of my friends is like, "Oh, it tastes healthy."
Whole wheat crust.
Exactly. It was actually rye flour.
Oh, even
Mm.
better.
But anyway, so at this Kids in Nature program, they have carvings that my friend, um, I've been working for a wood carver for 8 years, and his carvings are there. And the lady who runs the program and owns the property, she's a huge fan. And she's like, "Oh, we've been wanting to get someone to teach wood carving to the kids. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Heck yeah." So
Good on you.
So
Wow.
tomorrow I'm planning to drive out there. It's an hour drive from here, so it's a bit of a commitment, but just a day or two at the spring break. And
Wonderful.
so she asked me, and I got really excited because I've spent some good quality time with kids, but like I don't have any nieces or nephews,
Mm.
and so I'm not like the most well experienced teacher with kids. I know I could do a really good job, and I've got all kinds of little carvings and techniques I can show them and stuff like that. But
I
then,
think you'll be just a natural. You're just,
thanks,
yeah,
Brenda. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think so too.
really. Yes.
And but then last night, and I mean, this is all just conspiring around the stand at zero moment. Um, it was just last night, the monk, the Lama up at the retreat center on Salt Spring. He looks very much like the Walk for Peace monks, and
Hmm.
and his way of being is very similar, very
Hmm.
gentle. You shake his hand, and it feels like you're just holding a ball of plasma energy, so soft and gentle.
Hmm.
And so I did the first. He does Zoom teachings um like 3 times or 4 times a week. Like he's sharing the Dharma. And
Hmm.
Is that the fellow
anyway,
in Hawaii, on Kauai?
no, different
Okay.
this one he's actual Tibetan monk, but Lama Tashi, he's in Costa Rica now
Oh.
with his granddaughter, and very interesting. Their next teaching is on the 16th.
Hmm.
But yeah, interestingly enough, my brother and his wife are on Kauai right now. So that's where they were at Stand at Zero.
Wow.
And so yeah, just to try to wrap up the story, just last night, right before the eclipse, is Lama Tenzin from Salt Spring Center. He's like doing his first uh, online teaching of the season because he just got back from India and doing Dharma activities and visiting his parents around there. And so it's like, this right before the eclipse, this great new day, and I'm like, so good to see you, Llama. And we had this beautiful connection. And then as I'm doing the class, I'm like chanting because he's got a bit of text on the screen, and I get a text from my coworker. He's like, "Oh, do you want to come up and work at the property at Powell River for 2 weeks?" And I'm like, "Okay, my summer is just gonna
Wow.
about to get a real good start here."
Right
And
on.
Right.
so I hadn't gone on a trip since December. So last year I was just driving around trips nonstop, like being a wandering nomad kind of thing. And so, and same thing last year. It all started with a couple weeks at Powell River working on the property there, and my boss's property. And so it's a pretty raw land, so there's lots of work to do with building and that sort of stuff. So anyway,
Mm.
then I'm like kind of conflicted because I won't be able to do that wood carving teaching necessarily. So I'm just like kind of feeling it out. But that's my story. Thanks for listening.
What a
So much
what a
good.
Thank
story.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't know why I didn't think before coming because my life has been so rich, but what I shared is what I felt like sharing. So
Well,
it's
it was just because you got asked a really specific question, but I think the real question,
Mm.
Brenda, is what's going on in your world?
Right.
well,
Right.
all I know is when you asked that, I came right back to my heart, and my heart feels very warm. So
hmm.
let's leave it at that and go on to where Steve was at.
Okay.
Yes.
I uh, I ventured out to my power spot. I hadn't been out there for a while, and so it felt very individual. And I drove out, and as I drive down into the parking lot, I meet two big red fire trucks are in the parking lot. I go, oh wow, is this a rescue? So I gather my cushion and water bottle and I head out to my spot. And right at the base of the hill that I go up is another red truck with a red trailer, and there's nobody around it. And I go, oh, and I notice there's people up top on the hill. I said, oh, there might be a rescue going on up there. And I walk up to my spot, and there's just two guys up there looking out to the water. And I go to my spot, and it's wide open for me. And then I look to the other direction where it goes out into a wooded peninsula, and here's a whole team of like 12 firefighters with equipment, and it's a drill. They're just practicing. And yeah, I stood at zero and really felt just the coolness of the water, the air, but the warmth of the sun I faced into. And Dwayne and I were talking about that earlier, that I took a selfie of myself at stand at zero, and then I posted it to Facebook, and I got all these comments on it. I said, I'm just changing my profile picture. And it felt like putting myself out there. I had the puppet picture before of which I was involved. And this just felt, now with this course and my values and uh, connecting at depth, it just felt good to put that picture out there. And yeah, then I came down and took a pic of the fire trucks to show that this, for me, this Neptune and Saturn moving into Aries, the fire, and the fire trucks show up. So it's all very congruent. And for me, the spirituality or the illusions of Pisces, Neptune moving into Aries with Saturn as a partner and creating this new foundation. So I see a real example in the Walk for Peace is this spirituality coming out, starting at zero and going through uncharted territory like the southern states, and people, this being the biggest event they've seen in their little towns, and it's changing their lives. So I am seeing that in terms of people connecting to something that they've been almost searching for, and to see how happy they are around it. They're in tears over it. It's just so beautiful. And then to see Saturn and Neptune move in to the fire, and to me see the shadow of religion and fighting in Iran. I see the polarity, which is what we're at in our in our in the temple right now. So it's just fascinating to me to observe, and yeah, that's the reality. And people are just right now it's magnified at this being able to see both the two choices. So it's really, really, I feel it's a beautiful thing. So that's what I got from it.
Have a
Wow.
little,
Yeah, thank you.
thank you. I have a little something to do with the monks, pardon me, to share. This lady posted on Facebook, her autistic son, I don't went to school. So he, um, I don't know if you can see, this is the picture. This is what he
Oh, yeah.
did.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And the words are, he's doing the letter L, capital and small, look, look, lift, lift, like, love, love, seek good things. And and as soon as she saw the picture, she knew it was the monks.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Look
beautiful.
at that.
She had
Yes.
taken him twice to see them, and
Wow.
there her little autistic son is drawing the monks. So
Beautiful.
there's that energy
Yeah.
going out
Yeah,
there. Yeah. So,
yeah. The loving kindness, compassion for all,
yes. Yeah.
and it didn't matter what ethnicity, what culture. They're all showing up along the road,
Hmm.
exchanging flowers and gifts, and yeah, just finding the peace within, which is demonstrated. That's where we're going to find it, because it's not on the outside. I mean, there's pockets, and it's
Yeah.
possible,
May it
but
manifest on the outside
it's got to
as
happen on
well
the
as
inside first.
yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So I'm sensing this new beginning. Wow, at the zero. So uh, my Aries is excited.
Your Aries. What is your Aries?
My Aries is my 0 point, my birth my birthday, which was celebrated last year so wonderfully before with Brenda and Quinten
That's right.
and Dwayne online.
Online.
Yeah.
That was great.
And then it sounded like from there, Quinten just went into all his friendships.
Hmm.
So so that's my Aries and my Pisces
The man of the hour.
and
Mm.
my 13 how. Yeah, it's this is all
Wow. Wow time.
yeah, it's all yeah,
And we're
it's
just
wow
getting
time no
started.
matter how no matter how you spell it, forward or backwards. And I was getting another hit from Quinten about how you were talking about all the different things going on. And I had this, I don't know if I shared it last moon or not. I shared it with someone, but it was, to me, it's like all these different possibilities to me feel like parallel universes, and that I can pop into one and be, and then pop over into another one and be. And I have the choice of how involved I want to get into one or another, or like you say, you've got your men's group on Monday, uh, the carving, the work, the pie making. Yes, to me, it's like wow, it's so the possibilities. It's so full and so wonderful, and it's yeah, I get to choose where I want to play.
One of the basic components of the Teresa's book is this whole notion of parallel universes.
Mm.
Oh,
And
gosh.
there's a guy from a different parallel universe that gets glitched into our world.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It's fantastic. She has woven this incredible story together, and that's, like I say, one of the basic components. So
wow.
when
Hmm.
I first saw the photo you put on your header, Steve, with the ocean and the far distant mountains, it I I just glanced into it and it just took me. It was like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is a threshold if I ever felt one. And yeah, and then to see your self-portrait, it just seems so right on that you got the full meal deal. You had you were listening, like we all were.
Hmm.
It was like you really got it. Or that was my perception. And I just erupted in joy for you. It was like, wow, right on. He got it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then you zeroed in on the image I had posted of the solar system, and then the high noon graphic on Neptune. And when
Yeah.
I put it there was this whole energy came with it, and I thought, oh, there's a hot one. And so I was not at all surprised when I realized you got it. You felt into that same vibe that I had pushed out there. So just one of the many things that converged on that day, but I quite enjoyed those.
Hmm.
And, for myself, I, I've integrated now into a practice, which I've shared before, where at high noon, go out of my office and step into onto the lanai, as we call it, and embrace the sun wherever it is. It's up there somewhere. Or sometimes it's got clouds, sometimes it doesn't. And then I go into my little, I'll call it a yoga, a little yoga routine. And I gotta say, I've been doing it for a couple of 3 months now, and it's just been so good for me.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
and it's the steadiness. I think it's like it's not a big deal, but it's every day,
Right.
you know, and those stones line up just like the Buddhists.
Mhm.
So really,
It's
and this whole notion, like Quinten, that was what really came to as well. Was this is really about paying attention and not getting distracted. I mean, look around how much there is for us to be distracted by. Now that
Mhm.
we've gone to war on a global scale, um, yeah, it's uh, like Steve was saying, it's on the inside that we got to come to our peaceful place and emanate
Mhm.
from there. This is the resonance factor,
Mhm.
and,
and
and
I
it's
think that's what I'm working on in all areas of my life. And yeah, and it's that
absolutely
inner commitment, and like you said, the everyday, the discipline. And Billy Ross's book, I got it, I
right.
bought it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
even though what he's sharing is not new, I've been following it, and I'm
Oh,
on week 5, and it's
good.
simple things, but it is just, it came at the most absolutely perfect time.
Oh, right on.
And yeah, just, and again, that intuition said, get the book, and the intuition said follow it, and it's just been a beautiful
Oh,
part of bringing me deeper. Yeah,
fantastic. That's great.
back to the breath, that inner spaciousness that can so easily get, well, for me, can get filled with other things. And
Mhm.
then, loving life brings so many opportunities. And so I've been having to work at saying no to certain ones, and just
Absolutely.
getting very grounded and
Yeah.
staying
Yeah.
in the place that you're all talking about.
Mhm.
And last night I ended up, well, I baked cookies on Sunday. 1 cup cookies, 1 cup of coconut, 1 cup of pecans, 1 cup of oats, 1 cup of dried cranberries, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of peanut butter, and 1 cup of butter and brown sugar and white sugar. But so I delivered them to all the family members, and that felt like a really right thing to do. And where did I end
Mhm.
up last night driving? There was the full moon. And I'm
Ah,
like, oh, I meant to be out here at this time. And then when I got home and left the car on the road because of the construction, I got, yeah, just to be under the full moon, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Moon cookies.
And then I came in and had a cup of tea and ate too many of them.
Oh, yeah.
How many was too many?
Well, who's counting? So this morning I thought, no, I'm not going to judge myself. I enjoyed it. I just may not do that again.
Yeah.
Right.
And I haven't done that. I don't know when I last did that, but
Hmm.
hmm.
Well, I'm inspired by you and Quinten. I've been cooking a little bit, but not as, or I've been baking a lot, but I haven't really been cooking.
Yes.
So I would like to master the art of cooking a pie. So thanks for the inspiration, Quinten.
Mhm.
It can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like the baking sheets are going to come out.
Yeah.
On talking of photos, Dwayne posted the photo of the train and the,
Oh, yeah, that was
the
a
Aries,
Wow.
the
action.
Aries sheep, and I just felt that Neptune Saturn energy driving through and oh yeah, uh, it was just so fitting, just so beautiful. Just the sign that here the rams are scattering, and here it comes.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it was red, of course, the
Mhm.
sea and red engine coming right into them. I was, wow, what a photo. just amazing.
And you
And
know,
so I've been listening to this young couple that have gone through the Beatles discography,
Mhm.
and now they're onto the individuals. So now, they're kind of funny because they look at the Beatles breaking up and the arguments about it, and I don't know, for my generation, it was, yeah, they broke up and now they're going to do their own thing, but they just delve so deep into it. But the album they're playing this week was McCartney's Ram.
oh, got a
And
lot
now
more
I'm
synchronicities.
I'm walking around with the song Ram on
Mm.
going through my head, and I'm just humming it as I'm walking along.
Mm.
It's just so amazing.
So months and months ago, when I first started getting I'll call it the Neptune download. It's like Neptune is grabbing my attention.
Mm.
What arrives in Spence's Bridge, but we had fires happening at that time. But a single locomotive called Poseidon, which is the Greek version of Neptune.
Right.
And it sat there right in it's not far from where I took those pictures. It was like, oh, it was incredible.
Wow.
Haven't seen it since, had never seen it before. Just that little
Oh,
window. Boom. How many tons of
yeah.
synchronicity was that?
Just like your kittens, your little black kittens.
The four kittens right out
Classic.
here. That was, I was reflecting on
Quinten,
that the other day.
Quinten, did you not hear that story?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I heard it, but I don't remember exactly.
it's worth
Um,
hearing again, Dwayne, I
Yeah.
think, in my opinion.
Well, it was
I
maybe a couple of weeks after I'd had my red Jaguar dream, which I think
yeah.
I've shared that with you. Well, I look out the window here, and there's a fire pit that we built. So it's like it's about 2 feet high. And I had actually at the first Stand at Zero ceremony I did for myself, I did it around that little fire pit. And I had crystals and I had, all the paraphernalia. Well, on this other day, when I look out, there's one, two, three, four pitch black kittens. And they come up onto the rocks and they go around and they start chasing each other.
Oh
Doing
my
this little
God.
dance. It's like, what? So, and on that note, it was great yesterday. I mean, this gang of guys that gathered, they've been places. And when I shared a little bit about the Red Jaguar in that context, I can't remember his name. Maybe you can, Quinten.
Tyson.
Hi,
Tyson.
Tyson. He says, "Oh, um, he did a quick search on while we were chatting. Turns out Red Jaguar, or no, it was his direct experience
Oh yeah.
going
He's
through
got
Palenque and the Red Jaguar room.
Hmm.
There's a bench that is colored with red stone, and then it's got inserts of crystals, and it's like whoever you are gets to sit on this like a throne, the Red Jaguar throne. And he said there were big crystals in the room over here, and kaboom. Well, I researched it a little bit after the session, and he mentioned Palenque. Well, what came up from Wikipedia was uh, at the Temple of Kukulkan, the Temple of the Feathered Serpent at Chichen Itza. So there's two two places that the red jaguar shows up. So now I'm kind of like, am I supposed to go to Mesoamerica? Am I supposed to go to the Temple of Feathered Serpent?
Hmm.
And I was thinking that prior to our last session and thinking, and I did a little some graphics there that brought Puerto Vallarta into the picture because I seriously was considering heading down to Puerto Vallarta and then over to
Quechimontones.
Montones.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
circle.
I've been aware of the cartel thing, for a long time, but it had never been front and center. Like that landed right in my lap. It's like, so what do you do with this?
Mhm.
And so I'm just paying attention now.
Yeah,
Put the flight on pause.
yeah,
But
yeah. Another example.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that that red Jaguar's got some power behind it, some energy. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So I've been watching that. You mentioned Dragon. I've been watching Itchy Boots, Nora Lee. She rides her
Oh yeah.
motorcycle around the world.
Oh
Where's
yeah.
where's
Hmm.
she at?
She's
China?
in China, in the northern, almost to Mongolia, and she has to be accompanied by someone. So she's got a really nice guy that's guiding, and so they're kind of moving out of uh, the Uyghurs tribes, more along the Silk Road that are more um, be more kind of Muslim background to now the actual Chinese. And he took her to a place, and it's all the elaborate and colorful Chinese architecture, and then there's dragons on the wall. And he's saying, yeah, dragons. Uh, Speaking of T-shirts, um, dragons could only be worn by the royalty.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's showing off his royalty.
Dragon wings.
right.
No,
That's
I'm not
okay.
wearing it.
That's good.
No,
That's
Wow.
incredible.
just don't wear that in China
Where did you
Okay.
get
because
that?
it's if you're wearing it
Taboo.
Oh,
and the royalty sees it, it's a sentence of death.
Wow.
Wow.
thing we're
That's a
not
good
Is
lesson.
China.
what he shared from that video. So I
Itchy
said, yeah.
boots is like great education
Mhm.
Oh, is it ever?
for
Wow.
survival.
I'd like to check it out. What address would I go to?
Just type in Itchy Boots.
Itchy Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch one
It's Nora
episode.
Lee, and she's traveling. She's got like, I think this is her eighth season, but she's
Wow.
ridden her motorcycle from Patagonia to Alaska. She drove through West Africa, through the mud. Uh, she drove out through the Sahara, out into the eye of Africa, and just goes and on her own. Uh, I mean, she's got a satellite rescue monitor, but she's just out there. Like she drove through Saudi Arabia. She didn't pay for any food
Hmm.
riding through Iraq. They wouldn't allow her to pay for food.
Wow.
All the men would just pay for it. And yeah, so it's just a real cultural experience. Like she's right on the street
Wow.
with her motorcycle.
And she's such a good-hearted soul that it's like
Yeah,
she's just blessing everyone as she goes
yeah,
with all this positivity and it's
yeah,
really inspirational to watch. And I have a feeling, Dwayne, if you watch at least one episode, you're gonna be on your bike,
yeah,
getting your
yeah. I
itchy
think
boots
so.
on.
Yeah, you're gonna go. Where's Itchy Dwayne?
Actually, I have seen one of her videos. I had forgotten about it though. It's been quite some time.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
her entrance
unfortunately, my
into.
well, fortunately on one hand and unfortunately on the other, I traded my Yamaha motorcycle into my Yamaha guitar,
Oh,
which I use every day rather than looking out
Yeah,
at my motorcycle, which I'm not using, you
you're
know.
right.
So that was a let go, but moving on.
hey, I think that's
Yeah,
a
And
wise
moving into
choice
music. Right on.
What
because you
was the
can't play guitar on the motorbike.
yeah? What was the model of guitar again that you got?
It's called oh God,
Yamaha.
yeah, but it's a trans acoustic tag 203, something like that. So it has this software installation, special effects insert that means I can use special effects without external power, and I can do looping as well without
Wow.
external power. So it's really I'm finding my way into it. It's quite the awesome instrument.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been really a good choice. Like I say, I'm on it just about every day. So,
Hmm.
but I do have five guitars, and they all want attention. So
Five. I
I've
didn't
got one
realize
that
you had
needs to
five.
go to the luthier, and yeah, I've really got to get some work done on it.
Hmm.
It's my La Patrie, made in Canada,
Yes.
Hmm.
down east. Yeah.
You say that's called a trans
Trans
acoustic,
acoustic, they call it. Yeah, they figured out how
transnational
to use the
motorcycle.
soundboard of the guitar in a way that doesn't require, well, there is power at some level deep in the innards of the guitar. So, but it's really high tech, latest, from Yamaha, who've been making guitars and all kinds of things, as we know.
Hmm.
I do a real dance between, being there for others. I mean, my concern on one of my things that came up on Stand at Zero was, have I done enough to put this out there for Dwayne or for everybody? And then it's like, Brenda, you've done what you could do, and so I do this real dance of being, uh, making sure I have time for me. It's been a
Absolutely.
real time of obviously being out, being there for others, and but being able to say no to things, and yeah, just
Yeah, you're being your golden pillar.
so
Yeah, same struggle as I'm in. Did I
yes,
do enough? Did I, blah blah blah?
yeah,
And it's like
yes,
I did my best. I'm satisfied with that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and it's
One of
still
the four
going out.
agreements.
It's still going out there.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
exactly.
It's still going out there, even more so.
Hmm.
And that's where I got to is just it's got its own life. I did my
Mhm.
little bit, but there's
Right,
something else going on here that's way bigger than I can even
Hmm.
imagine.
right. Yeah, I can't control that.
No.
And I'm finding that out in this of for me, the depth versus the breadth. The breadth will
Mm. Hmm.
take it on its own.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've been learning lately about the nervous system and how people are like nervous system regulator teachers and coaches out there, and uh, and that's a whole category of physical, measurable ways to
Mhm.
understand inner peace in like a tangible, graspable way. That it's like, all this things in the world and distractions and stress and stuff can put us into like a survival mode,
Mm.
and we
Mhm.
create these habits based off of stressful experiences like trauma and stuff, and so so that's like, what I'm hearing in these new lens of filters I'm gaining about the nervous system when you're speaking, Brenda, is like, you need to make sure you got time to take care of yourself, and make sure, everything that you give pouring from a full cup and pure waters is like, to me, it's been maybe a little more on the other side of too much selfish time taking care of myself, not enough taking care of other people. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure that I have a really good regulated nervous system so that whatever I do for others, even just as small as making a cup of tea, is something that'll enhance the quality of their nervous system toward a more relaxed state.
Nice.
Because now I'm learning about how it biologically through morphic resonance will pass to others. Like if one is rushing or hurrying or stressed out, it'll make others start to feel more
Hmm.
that way. So yeah, that's what I'm learning lately about the nervous system and how it relates to inner peace and being in the 0 point, no stress, no fight or flight.
Yeah. Well, I always feel relaxed when eating pie.
Well, it's interesting because my life, so much of my life is about connecting with others. And even though I can, have my own anxious states or whatever, in general with others, I'm a grounding energy. And so
Mhm.
after our meeting today, one of my challenging teachers in my life, whose energy is like kind of way out there, and yet she's part of my life since for a lot of years and always will be, but a real challenge to stay centered. But then a lot of what I do is help her stay grounded. So it's a real dance between being able to stay in my own space and not be thrown
Mhm.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, your sovereignty.
So
Mhm.
rather than, yeah, and looking at them, yeah. So it's like I've come to a greater place of balance to spending less time, um, and staying, learning to stay in my own center and be as positive and grounding as I can be for both of us.
Hmm.
But interesting that it's like right after this that I get to work on that or play with it.
Right on.
Yeah, we were talking on our walk around the lake, and uh, this lady and her sister went to a wellness fair, and the guy who's a counselor behind the table starts saying, "Oh, you're grounded. You're grounded. Oh, but your sister, no, she's not grounded." I'm going, "Wow, wait a minute. Did, first of all, did you get permission?" Or, he was just putting this out there onto them. I'm going, wait a minute. So it's like, uh, really need to be aware of where they're coming from. I mean, he's promoting his services, but uh, yeah, that's like putting that onto someone without agreement. That's not, I don't think that's right. So that was just a little grounding example that I came across on my walk.
I hope what I said came out in the right way. But
Oh yeah, it did.
anyway, because I take it all as
Sounds
lessons
like
for myself.
you're feeling more like a pillar of gold,
Well,
grounded.
yeah, I've tended to allow myself to be controlled in the past, and she is somebody who's been a real gift, but also has been, oh, here's the emotion, very controlling and quite bossy
Mm.
and quite, and yet a gift. So it's been finding the balance, and some people will just cut people out of their lives, and I don't seem to be able to do that, or so it's finding the balance in all relationships.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I hope I'm not bringing anything negative here or
No, no, it's
to
great. I like the depth.
The dark side.
the dark
Yeah,
side. Richard's bringing the dark side.
everybody's got that. So you're seeing that
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
in that person, but you're not throwing them out
Well, I'm
just
I
because of
am,
that.
I do try and take everything as a mirror and learn from it. So
Hmm.
I hope what I'm saying isn't coming out as judgments, negative
No,
judgments, but
it's not.
No, it's actually a very beautiful, encouraging attitude, Brenda, because
Mhm.
you're describing like an encounter that is not the most easygoing and pleasant,
Mhm.
and you have the attitude of learning and developing from it, right? And
Yeah,
improving.
thank you.
And I think
yeah.
like with the whole eclipse we just had, you might find that there's a new something new opening up between you, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe this individual might apologize for things that in the past she didn't even realize she was doing, right?
Hmm.
Who knows?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I hope there's a beautiful lesson that
Thank you.
we can all learn from.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
hear that.
And things have shifted a lot. A lot has been shared, and I know she's going through a lot now. So she
Hmm.
she needs this visit. And
Hmm.
yeah. And I obviously do too because it's happening.
Yeah, it reminds me of my friend from Winnipeg who moved to White Rock. Is I would drive out there over an hour drive to visit him
Mm,
often, and a lot of the time we didn't have anything too exciting planned. I mean, we did as well, but most of the time we just walk down to the beach or the pier, hang out, nothing too fancy, and a lot of the time I would be like, "Oh, I gotta drive all the way out there, like what a task and what a commitment out of my daily life to put a whole day aside to go out just to hang out and visit
mm,
and uh and I always kind of had a little bit of that attitude,
mhm.
and then oftentimes I would get there and it would just dissolve and it would become a good time, and then he moved back to Winnipeg like quite suddenly.
Wow.
They were struggling with the financial side of things because it's quite expensive to rent out there,
Hmm.
and family reasons back in Winnipeg. But they just up and left, and I stopped going out there so often. And I was like, wow, if I had known they were gonna move back, I would have really valued all those experiences a lot more,
Mhm.
and
Wow.
maybe done some of those things we talked about doing a little more.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's just kind of, the impermanence side of our relationship, right? But
Yes.
particularly for
Right.
you with this individual, it may be tough, but
Hmm.
it'll be, you know, it's a unique opportunity for sure.
Well, it's there've been lots of lessons around it, and we've come to a much greater place of balance. So that when we are together, I'm not completely drained afterwards. And no, definitely have come a long ways. So, and we've got a lot of history. She used to babysit my children, so
Yeah.
yeah, but lived away for many years. So, yeah. but also the one that has gifted me with trips to Egypt and Morocco and, you know, many places around the world that we've journeyed together. So there's big history.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and I was,
Oh,
you know, very much a mother figure in her life for many years. So, yeah.
mm, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a very appropriate meeting for this eclipse.
Yes, yes,
After this meeting.
yes. Yeah. And I didn't question the, you know, when I got the call. And yeah. Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah,
Thank
always.
you.
Always. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I did have an animal experience where I saw that owl out on the fence.
Mm,
And this may come out as negative, but to me, it's all part of life. I went to go and rake some leaves because movement is restricted with the construction fences. So I went to get the leaves, and there at this one spot was a dead rabbit. Um, and I thought, oh, you know, my first thought was, oh, what is, it didn't even last long, you know, any negativity around it because it is all part of life. And what I really got from observing it and dealing, you know, with its body and all of that. And as I'm doing that, I look and there, you know, there's eagles, hawks. First I saw hawks and then eagles. And then it, I think very much it had been, you know, maybe food for a bird of prey. Um, and I
Yeah.
haven't quite put it all together. I mean, it's part of nature and we can make things bigger, but I saw it as, you know, as a spiritual gift. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I saw that maybe, you know, those birds of prey, that was part of their feed and part of the cycle of nature. And then there's a little part of me, you know, not being the rabbit scurrying around so much and being, you know, getting grounded and centered. And anyway, I was in a very centered place in dealing with its passing. And yeah, from deer and owls and rabbits who have come to the end of their lives,
Mm.
which
Yeah, you have lots of animals around your place.
yeah, I do. And I'm having this flash right now of, you know, in my life I've had a whole lot of light and a whole lot of light and still do um, with animals. But I, you know, friends of ours many years ago, the wind spooked their horse, and the horse was in the field, and it hit. I can't remember if it was a big stone or a tree, but literally snapped its leg.
Oh.
Um, so who did they call to go and be with the horse and stand out in the field with it
Mm.
until they could come and put it down? It was, you know, I stood there and held the energy for the horse. So, you know, in my life I've had to have that strength
Mm.
and the softness. So,
Mm.
and I've done it.
Wow. That's very strong.
And that's just
Mm.
Mm.
and then there's, did I tell you the humongous story with my granddaughter? Maybe. So
Not,
on the light side, I took my little youngest granddaughter, 4 years old, to ballet. There she's looking cute as a button, you know, hair done up, however they need to do it, and then when we were done, she's well, I heard, you know, you and Mom saying that, you know, that maybe we're going back to your place, and I said, well, no, I was going to take you home, but did you want to come over? And she's like, yes. So she came over, and we're having this lovely time, and bubblegum machines out, and we're, you know, just doing what we do, hanging out and a little bit of singing, a little bit of music. Then she gets up. I was in the kitchen at this point. She comes in looking as cute as a button. Um, and she's searching for this word. She sort of got her hands on her tummy and she's searching for the word. Well, the word was humongous. And she looks at me. She says, I, I think I'm going to have a humongous fart. So, It was so funny. And I mean, this is my life. It's like,
Wow.
That's
anyway,
very real.
yeah, very real, very joyful, very,
Yeah.
Well, you know, that
Wow.
joy just calls up a photo I took of my daughter at age 4, which was just an adorable stretch in her
oh,
life.
yes.
But the picture is her with her walking stick, and she's holding up a can of 7 Up or something, reading the label
Oh,
at 4, you know.
oh,
One of my favorite photos
yes.
ever.
Wow.
Love it. Love it. Hmm.
Must have seen dad or mom doing that too.
Yes, yes. Being the example and just, hmm. I'm learning to not second guess myself, but that little voice wants to say, "Oh my gosh, did I share too much?"
You suffer from that disease?
Oh, who me?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing in my class. And I talked about admiring the monks. There's one person in the class that can just post reels on Facebook and just talk about anything. And I go, how does she do that? That's just, I admire how she can just get on wherever she is and just starts talking away. And then it's like uh, 30 seconds and her thoughts. And it's this younger generation doing it without hesitation. And I admire that. I go, wow, that's really something that I know I didn't do at that age. So I see that and I go, oh, that's admirable.
Hmm.
And I,
I can just share.
mhm. as as I'm as I've stopped talking for a minute, I've been having, just these flashes of some of the synchronicities that have happened since we last gathered, and the days that I've spent in solitude, and but then when I've had that guidance to go out and do something and be somewhere, it's like walking into a store and there is the perfect perfect alignment to meet somebody I hadn't seen in years, but had been in my classes and I'd done body work with, one-on-one work with, and get to meet them, and meet their new girlfriend, and she's a friend of a friend. So there's been a lot of magic. The magic continues and continues and continues. It's like, even though there are also wars going on and everything, but yeah.
Mhm.
That's the best kind of synchronicity when
Yes,
you
yes.
bump into someone at the store or wherever and have that meaningful connection
And if you'd
from the
been,
past.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
and if you'd been, 20 seconds either
Yeah.
way or even less, it wouldn't have happened. So, yeah.
Yeah. I had lunch. Uh, I stopped into my favorite Indian food to go. And I look, and here's one of my health practitioners having lunch by themselves. And I was invited to sit down with them, and I had mine to go, so I didn't start eating. But I just, while they ate, I would had the opportunity to talk with them and share. And we had this intense laughter,
Oh,
and we haven't laughed so much because I shared this story of, and it kind of these in personal development doing things beyond the comfort zone. and I shared the one where I was assigned to, I guess being an Aries, I'll just do it myself. I'll look after it myself. So this assignment was to ask for support, which I wasn't doing. And so I was assigned on the Friday. I had to have it done by Sunday afternoon. And I had a spotter as well. And so I had to be quadriplegic in a wheelchair and find my way home without any money. And it was fascinating.
Hmm.
And it was like night in Calgary, and it was like close to 20 below. And people were all headed to the opera for 7 o'clock at night. So they were all focused on that, and no one would stop. And after they all went by that wave, then a guy is walking the other direction, and I asked him for help. I had to come up with stories like, oh, my friend dropped me off here for our evening walk, and it's on the wrong Tuesday, and he's gone to the airport, so I can't. And then I had to make up that I was from Banff, and he said, well, if you're from out of town, you can ride the handy bus for free. Oh, I said, would you mind moving me into the inside so I'm out of the cold? And he said, oh, no problem. So he wheeled me into the Center for Performing Arts. And here I am doing this big performance of being quadriplegic in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
And he bangs me off the door jams. And then in those days, they had the pay phones on the wall. And I said, oh, do you have a quarter? I need to call this. He said, yeah, I'll get you the number. And he got me the number for the handy bus. And I called. They said, yeah, we'll be there in about 20 minutes. So I thanked the guy so much for bringing me into the warmth. So I'm sitting there waiting for the bus, and I see written on the doors, Calgary Center for Performing Arts. I go, yeah, this is my big performance. I got to be quadriplegic. So the guy arrives, wheels me through the doors again, hits the door jams, and opens up the bus and wheels me up. And then, of course, he's got to strap me in for seatbelt. I go, oh no, this is the biggest performance. I got to be totally limp. I got to be dead. He picks up my arm, and then my spotter, of course, he's watching from outside. Everything's okay. Then he starts talking. We start driving. He starts talking about me and about Banff. And so I realized I want to change the conversation onto him, so I don't have to make up stories. So we talked about him and handy bus, and he drives me to my friend's apartment, which was on the main floor. And I get there, he takes me out, wheels me into the apartment entrance, and then my friend comes down the hallway pretending, oh, Steve, we were wondering where you were. We couldn't get in touch with you. Oh, you're back. And then the guy takes me to the door of the apartment, and he pushes it in, and then he just disappears. And my spotter buddy and We high five each other. Yeah, I made it. So it took me just a little over an hour to get home
Yeah.
on no money. And yeah, it was having that experience of asking for support in life versus trying to, do it all on my own.
Hmm.
It's a beautiful story.
Ever. Yes.
Yeah, it was really a big part of my personal development back then. So we shared that. I shared that with my friend that we were having lunch. This spontaneous lunch, and
Oh,
he was laughing so hard he could hardly eat. And uh, yeah, and I told him a couple of others, but I won't share those for now.
Hmm. I've got a wee presentation.
Yay.
Oh,
We got
that's
a half hour.
was like a wee good time.
Yes, please.
Let's see here.
Oh, good. I brought my snacks for the presentation.
Cheers.
Great. Hmm. Does that have the front page? Do you guys seen?
Yes.
yep.
Lightning path. Great.
Mhm.
Zoom call 58. Wow.
58, March 3rd. My mother's birthday was the 4th.
Hmm. So just a little kind of assemblage for those of us who are new to the lightning path. Yesterday, I spoke from the path to the group of men, and I thought there might even be some one of them show up here because the invitation does go out to everyone, and I had sent that to True. But so I got in kind of let's see, what could I do as a compact overview, and so this is what came together this morning. So the what we're tuning into in this whole lightning path work is the Mayan sacred calendar known as the Tzolk'in. And the Tzolk'in is one of apparently 19 calendars used by the ancient Maya. I, I don't quite understand how they could have so many, but that was the claim that I came across with, I think, Hunbat's men, the Mayan. So what we have are 13 numbers and 20 hieroglyphs that combine to form this grid, as we see in the bottom right-hand corner. It's one way of looking at it, just as the upper left-hand corner is the radial presentation of the sulking. The numbers are denoted with bars and dots, and you can see here from 1 down to 13. So
Uh, I I think you went quiet, Dwayne.
really?
Oh no, yeah, it just missed you were talking about the dot bar notation system, or I think.
Yeah. And you did hear that or you didn't hear that?
Oh no, I hear you now. It's all good, but for
Okay.
me at least, the audio did a little skip.
Okay.
For me, but I was so busy looking at the picture, I wasn't sure if there was just a pause in your present, like in
Oh,
your
gotcha.
communication.
Gotcha. So, um, this notion of resonance is at the core of the whole experience. And the way I think of it, I've been trying to come up with a way of really emphasizing that. And I hope this image on the left kind of does it. We have this place in ourselves of primacy. It's like our core individuated self. And we carry a certain vibration. And when that vibration associates with the vibration of the Soul King, which is like a galactic matrix that everything else is within the compass of. Now, we have at the top here, right, we're depicting sonance, and down the golden pillar comes resonance. So there's your resonance factor explained. And it really is it can be a very tactile experience, depending on the sensitivity. The temples of the lightning path are not structures of stone or mortar. They are living. Oh, I've got something covering. Oh. Brenda, can you read that?
I can't. It's covered for me as well.
Anybody?
Now, how about Steve? Because I'm trying to think. In the past, who has read, who's been able to read what has been covered for me?
I think maybe they are living structures woven into.
Oh, so I've got sanctuaries. They are, and then that's cut off. Sanctuaries woven from breath. But I thought there was another word after R, but maybe not.
Well, anyway, they're sanctuaries of consciousness kind of thing. Each temple is entered not by the feet, but by the heart, not through corridors, but through gateways of awareness. These 20 temples mirror the ancient procession of glyphs carried forward from the Mayan Tzolk'in. Each glyph is more than a symbol. It is a resonance, a frequency, an archetypal presence that speaks to the soul. Through them, we encounter the full spectrum of human and cosmic experience: birth and death, storm and sun, serpent and star. The sequence you now hold is not arbitrary. It is a path, a living cycle of initiations. One by one, you are invited to step across thresholds that reveal essential dimensions of being. Some temples will call you into silence, others into laughter, others into surrender, others into radiant flowering. Together they form a complex mandala, a circle of wholeness. Each invocation follows a rhythm. Opening, the breath is still and center, awakening the crown as the gateway of spirit, summoning the guiding glyph as your companion, crossing the threshold into its mystery, embodying the lessons through gesture and presence, sealing the activation with a mantra or prayer, returning renewed to your life, carrying the temple within you. To work with these invocations is to remember that your body itself is a temple, your breath a prayer, your life a sacred journey. The temples open not only in ceremony, but also in the everyday. When you walk beneath the sun, when you release what no longer serves, when you laugh like the monkey, when you stand firm like the reed, when you listen to the earth's wisdom in silence. Approach these invocations with reverence and with play. Let them speak to you not as distant teachings, but as intimate companions. For each temple you enter is already within you. These 20 are not separate halls, but facets of a single sanctuary, the mystery of your own being, alive and unfolding on the lightning path. So this is the basic structure, we'll say, of a temple on the lightning path. And I spoke earlier of Hunbats the Mayan. He was an elder that came up from Mexico and connected with Arguelles in um, where was it? I can't remember where they were at that point, but he brought forth a whole lot of information that Arguelles later used in his writings. And when I met up with Hunbats was in Bragg Creek, because we had brought him and a couple of other healers up from the States. And I, he and I sat in at my little cabin in the woods, little one-room log cabin that I had for a duration. And we're talking back and forth, and I'm sharing the lightning path, basically, in its early days. And when he saw this image, he just about dropped through the floor. He dove into um, his suitcase and pulled out an image of 13 resonating circles. And he said this was from the oldest of their teachings, of the ancient Mayan teachings, that this was one of the core images of that whole formulation. So this was, my interpretation. I put this all together, but he was recognizing the core structure of it, the 13. And so here's a quote from Hunbats, who was just a lovely guy. He loved to laugh. The Mayan masters teach that we are the integration of the 7 powers of light, traveling in the form of the serpent, undulating eternally with movement and measure. In Mayan, the pyramid is called Ku, the root word for the sacred Hunab Ku, the only giver of movement and measure. Thus, when we see the 7 triangles in Chichen Itza during the equinoxes, we are witnessing a demonstration of culture which pervades the atmosphere and stones of this sacred place. With respect and humility, we should kneel before the presence of Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl. By so doing, we will begin to awaken our cosmic consciousness, allowing Hunab Ku to enter the sacred temples in our bodies. So you can imagine Hunbats at the base of the pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza, calling our attention to that place of surrender to the cosmic presence, and benefit from that. Being respectful to receive what is being offered through the sacred architecture. It's coded into the sacred temples. So this is the current version of that temple, kind of depicted. We're living right now through a walk through the temple of birth, and we're at the full moon of the second moon. And as I had shared previously, there's an invocation that goes through the 12 glyphs, and here we have the image that I'm associating now with that first moon was the Buddhist monks and the mystic dog, Alok. Is it Aloka, Steve? Look at that. Yeah, and now with
Aloka. Aloka means light.
right on, beautiful. Couldn't be a better image for here. I mean, it's all about the light. So we're in now this full moon of the second moon, and we've been consciously contemplating this notion of being a golden pillar of cosmic consciousness. That's part of the meditative teaching for us, actually, at this point. And so, related to that, I'm putting, when I look back, say from the 7th moon, I'll be looking back to what was that first and second moon all about again? And yeah, definitely because I put a lot of work into it, I will be remembering the standard zero. And realizing that exactly 260 moons ago, Teresa and I co-created a painting to depict this particular moon cycle. So we're on a fractal connection back to no, what are we to
Eve?
Keep. Thank you. I get them mixed up now and then. So hopefully, what this will work. It's a little 5-minute video. I'd just like to share with you guys. This is what we eventually put together. Not only did we co-create the paintings, but we did a song for each of the glyphs, and this is the one for this moon cycle. So I'm to click here, watch on YouTube. It's going to jump around here, and I'm hoping this will work. Well, can you hear anything?
No.
You're not hearing. Okay, this may not work at all. Let's go back here. Do you
Oh,
see the big
yeah.
eye now?
Yeah, now it looks like it's going to happen.
Okay, let's give it a try. Can you hear it?
Yes. Or here's some. No.
You're not hearing anything? Okay, well, if you can't hear anything, that
But we're seeing the
It
visual.
was moving. It's moving, but it's not, there's no sound.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that, how to get the sound in, because it's too bad.
I'd love to watch even the visual, but
Yeah, it has to be, I think, some kind of Zoom setting.
Yeah, yeah, in the belly of the beast somewhere.
hmm.
So anyway, there's a bit of introduction, which you guys don't need at all.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
we
always
do.
helpful reminder. Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Definitely.
many different ways to associate with the Tolkien. I mean, it really is something else.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the
I
new information, and when I see that, I'm realizing that I'm an elder monkey.
Right on.
That's just that's it. And it feels like it too.
So in the center with the numbers, is that the I Ching? Like the I Ching and the Mayan?
It it does all integrate, yeah.
Yes.
And I do have graphics that have both the hieroglyphs and the hexagrams.
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
I don't know where they are right now, but they are in the book. The new book is a real reference
Mm-hmm.
book as well as, and I'm really focused on, and I think I may try offering workshops based on your solar kin.
Yes.
Because to
Hmm.
me, that is like number one. That is the center point to start from if you're going to work astrology into it,
Mm-hmm.
which we've done already a little bit. Like we've known
Hmm.
yours and um, Quinten with all those eagles, if you remember the
yeah, which
interpretation.
number? 9 eagle?
I think it was 9 eagle, yeah,
Wow.
at
Cool.
least nine, if not more. But
um,
An
and
eagle.
connecting the work to Chat GPT. I mean, it just amplifies what's possible in a workshop setting. Like I'm imagining us calculating the person's uh, solar kin and then going to Chat GPT and using it as a probe into what is this combo all about? Because it's more than happy to bring tons and tons of response.
Oh,
It depends on how creative you are and you're questioning, or
yeah,
it's not just questioning, it's about directing. You're directing a humongous computer
yeah.
to do, which I did. It has manufactured for us uh, the solar kin calculator. If you've got your birth, the your sun degree of your natal birth, your natal sun degree, we can plug that into the calculator, and boom, it's going to tell us what your solar kin is.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah. For example, mine was so easy because I was 13
a
ahau, which
house,
is
the final one.
right at the end of the 260, and I'm right at the final end of the horoscope. So mine was very easy to calculate.
Yeah, and it's some kind of confirmation came with it too. It's like, yeah, we're onto something here.
Mhm.
What are the chances that of all 360, we get your son at the final degree,
Mhm.
and in both systems? It's just we transpose from the zodiac, the Western zodiac, into the
Right.
Mayan, you know, the Tzolk'in. So that in
Mhm.
itself is a very interesting bridge. And when I first kind of really sunk into that, I just got this whole sense of being a North American. It's like over there, over the water, they're still working with the old zodiac, but we're over here with the
Mhm.
Mayans, and it's it's
Mhm.
a whole different world in a sense, but at the same time, it's all connected. And
Right.
so it's been a wild journey. Well, Quinten, and you're off into the dream spell, which is a whole other domain of consciousness based on the Tzolk'in. And yeah, it's just there is so much to partake of. And that's why I don't consider myself to be an astrologer. People that talk about me as astrologer. No,
Mhm.
I'm a mythologist using astrology as an adjunct, and,
Mhm.
which it helps it become more personal. That's my sense. And yeah, what a wild
Yeah.
journey it's been.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the energy of all of it. All of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, Quentin, you said you're 9 Eagle?
Yeah, I believe so. Because I'm 9 Eagle would be the 35th of 260, so kin 35. And
Mhm.
it makes sense because my birthday is like a little bit like a month or two after yours. So 35 is like, a little bit into the Zolkin.
Mhm.
But yeah, from what Dwayne sent me, it was definitely the Eagle. I hadn't done the calculation myself because it's tricky with the math.
Mhm.
There's like decimal points, but
But it's getting easier with now with the calculator online and so on.
yeah, I'd like to check that out.
Mhm.
Plug my whole family and everyone in, you know,
There you go.
that's the way to do it. Um, and I wanted to say, Brenda, that the I Ching, the Chinese version of the codes of life with the
Yes.
DNA code, and then the Mayan codes of time, they basically fit together like this. They're
Yes.
like,
Mhm.
they're in essence, they're one system, but they're like two different parts of one complex system and simplified. So when they came together, like through putting them together, it's like gives you the full picture. But it's just beautiful how in
Mhm.
totally different areas of cultures on the planet, these seemingly unrelated things were deposited and nourished and grown and praised and used and loved and then when they come together, it's like, oh, So they are meant to be bridges between
Mhm.
cultures and things like that. So what you were seeing
Beautiful.
that you thought might be the I Ching, because in Dwayne's presentation there was today there wasn't anything on the I Ching, but there was the dot bar notation system.
Right.
So I thought maybe that's what you were
That is what I
referring
was
to.
looking at. But yes.
And that's the Mayans had a 20 base counting system. So it's not decimal, it's called vigesimal.
Okay.
And it's totally fascinating and
Mm-hmm.
makes perfect sense
Fingers
when you
and toes.
consider the 20 fingers and toes is this timing standard that gives us the 20 archetypes, the glyphs, and then the 13 main joints in the body
Hmm.
is what gives the 13 tones of the lunation cycle and the temple.
Yes.
And then the central, like the shoulder joints would be
Mm-hmm.
like 6 and 8. So the 7th is the neck or the spine, which is like the center that defines the tone or the purpose of the temple.
Okay.
So that's how the journey goes through the body, because that's what the Mayans were doing apparently was just following nature.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And it's encoded in our bodies, which are like this perfect blueprint of the harmonic mathematics of creation, encoded right into our 13 joints and 20 fingers and
Mhm.
toes, which makes the whole Zolkin.
Yeah, we have it.
Thank, thank you, Quinten. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Quinten. Very good. Very clear.
Yeah.
Brenda,
So,
do you have your kin number, Brenda?
I'm 10 Cheek Chan.
and I know Dwayne's is 7 Lamat.
Seven Lamat. And here we are. This is a very Lamat orientation we've got here. I've been
That's
so
right.
appreciating that. I mean, you guys are helping me actualize myself as a seven Lamat, you know. That's really,
Mhm.
really kind of profound, actually, I would say. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Wow.
Just feels so right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying the bridges. That word came up in my analysis.
Mm.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right
think
on.
that's what Dwayne means by Lamat,
Yep, you
how
got it.
we are that.
Did you make that, Quinten?
Yes.
Oh, it's
He's probably
beautiful.
got all 20.
it's a whole set of coasters.
That's right.
Yeah, cool.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So the bridges, that's a big theme for me that I've discovered with this 13 how to bridge division.
Mm.
And as you're saying, Quentin, bringing all those cultures together, why
Yeah.
not? That's all the beauty as as one.
The universal human. That's what.
Yeah, very universal. Yeah.
Mm.
That was the next word that wanted to come out.
Right on. Yeah.
Well, I will show you the glyphs if it works out because we can get a little reading here with the crystals.
Hmm.
So Brenda for Chick Chan, you would have the serpentine crystal. And then Dwayne's for Lamat would be yellow calcite.
Nice.
And then for mine, the eagle is a apophyllite. And then for Ahau,
Steve, is the sunstone.
Of course.
So there,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like
Mucho
kind of
mojo.
my
Nice.
little altar. But
And
yeah, in the Mayan oracle, it's got all the crystals for the different glyphs and the different herbs
Mhm.
and scents and
Hmm.
all that information.
The mudras. Yeah.
Ah, more depth. Yes.
The sky's the limit.
So now we're in Keeb, the ferryman's staff,
yes.
the cosmic
Mhm.
question mark. So
Yeah.
the crystal for that one is the tiger's eye. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
interesting. That was Sophia's favorite stone.
Oh,
So she
tiger
was a
is awesome.
tiger. She is a tiger.
That's right.
Hmm.
A water tiger.
Me too.
Mhm.
Oh, all of a sudden I'm like, because for years I thought I was a rabbit, but I'm a tiger actually, because of my birthday's in January, so it hadn't actually gone into the new year yet. And it was
That's
almost like I was living like the rabbit. And then as I
Hmm.
went through some internal shifting, it's like, oh, I'm a tiger. So it's like,
Yeah. That rabbit idea is dead. You're a tiger.
yes, yes. And it was food for the eagles and the hawks and the
Yeah.
anyway, all part of yes. Hmm.
Wow. Well, this has been wonderful. It's almost 11 and I moved my kinesiology appointment to 11:30, so I need to scoot.
Thank you for doing that, Steve.
Yeah, we're glad you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this was not to be missed. It was the stand at zero has been very well. There's no word for it.
Hmm.
It's been very
Indeed.
Right on.
fill in the blanks.
Indeedly profound. Whatever.
Mm.
Okay, guys.
It's like,
Well, this elder monkey will sign off.
thank you, thank you.
Love you guys.
Love
Love
you
you all.
guys.
Okay,
Take care.
bye.
Bye.